I forced my autistic daughter to apologize to her cousin after he pushed her in the pool while on her period because it embarrassed me in front of my family and friends. Now she's ignoring my existence and ended up telling my wife when she got back from her trip. So I'm kicked out the house and my in-laws keep threatening me. Everything I say seems to get twisted into something it's not, but I'll try to explain my side as clearly as possible. I might have messed up with how I handled a situation involving my daughter, but I honestly don't think I deserve the level of hate I'm getting from my family right now. For context, my wife was away last weekend visiting her mom, who's been dealing with some health stuff. She took our youngest with her, so it was just me and our 14-year-old daughter, Mia. Mia's on the spectrum. She's high functioning, but she struggles with social stuff and can get overwhelmed easily, especially around big groups. I love her, but I'm not going to lie, it can be frustrating. She's always been a bit unpredictable in public, and my family tends to walk on eggshells around her. I've always been the one trying to get her to fit in and not draw attention, because I don't want her to grow up being treated like some charity case. That weekend, my brother was hosting a birthday barbecue for his son, my nephew Kyle. He's 15, a year older than Mia. My side of the family all came, my parents, cousins, uncles, everyone. It was a decent turnout, probably 20 people. My wife wasn't there to help manage things with Mia, but I figured she's old enough now to handle being around family without melting down. At first it was fine. She was keeping to herself, sitting by the pool with her headphones while the rest of the kids played. A few people made comments about her always being on that phone, which I ignored. Then, out of nowhere, Kyle decided to sneak up behind her and push her into the pool. He said it was just a joke. Everyone laughed. Even I kind of did at first because it looked harmless. But the second she came up, she completely lost it. Screaming, crying, hyperventilating, the whole backyard went silent. That's when I realized she was on her period. There was pee blood in the water and everyone saw. It was just awful. I didn't know what to do in that moment. My parents started whispering. My brother was yelling at Kyle to apologize, and Mia was just standing there shaking and refusing to get out of the pool. Everyone was staring. It was one of those moments where you just feel the embarrassment radiating off you. And maybe this will sound harsh, but I just wanted it to stop. I didn't want her to be the center of attention again, crying and making everyone uncomfortable. So I told her to calm down and get out, and when she did, I told her to apologize to Kyle for overreacting. Before anyone jumps down my throat, I didn't mean it in a cruel way. I just didn't want her to keep spiraling and turning the whole thing into a scene. My brother was already annoyed. My mom was muttering about making a fuss, and I just wanted to de-escalate. I told her that it was an accident and that we don't make people feel bad for making mistakes. She didn't say anything, just kind of looked at me, then at everyone else, and walked off to the bathroom. After that, the whole energy was weird. My brother tried to lighten the mood. People started eating again, but I could tell everyone was talking about it behind our backs. A few cousins gave me looks like I was the worst dad alive. But what was I supposed to do? Let her stand there crying and bleeding in front of 20 people? The way I saw it, it was better to just move on and keep the peace. When we got home, she refused to talk to me. Locked herself in her room, didn't eat dinner, nothing. I knocked and told her that next time she just needed to handle things better and not embarrass herself like that. I said Kyle was just joking and that if she didn't want to be teased, she had to stop reacting so big every time something happened. No response. The next day, she still wouldn't look at me, wouldn't even say good morning. I thought giving her space would help, but now it's been days and she still won't speak. My wife doesn't get back until tomorrow, and honestly, I'm dreading her hearing about it. Mia tends to tell stories in a way that makes me sound worse than I am, especially when she's upset. I know my wife's going to take her side, because that's what she always does. I posted here because I'm trying to figure out if I actually did something wrong, or if this is just everyone overreacting. From my perspective, I was trying to keep the situation under control. I didn't yell, didn't insult her, didn't make a scene. I just told her to apologize so the whole thing could blow over. But now, I'm getting messages from my mom and brother acting like I traumatized her. My mom even said I should have comforted her first, but I don't see how that would have helped. The damage was already done. What good would it do to baby her in front of everyone? That just would have made her feel worse. Update 1. So my wife came home earlier than expected, and everything pretty much blew up the second she walked through the door. I don't even know where to start because I feel like people are completely overreacting to one misunderstanding that's being spun way out of proportion. Basically, Mia told her everything. The pool, the period, me telling her to apologize, all of it, but she left out all the context, like how her cousin didn't mean any harm, how the situation was getting tense, and how I was just trying to keep things calm. My wife didn't even ask me my side first. She went straight to yelling, saying she couldn't believe I'd humiliate our daughter like that. I tried explaining that it wasn't about humiliation, it was about teaching her to handle herself better in public and not make a scene. But she wasn't hearing it. She told me she talked to her mom and sister before confronting me, which already told me how this was going to go. Once her family gets involved, it's always the same story. I'm the bad guy, the cold one, the one who doesn't understand Mia. Her mom has always treated me like I'm some kind of strict drill sergeant because I believe in discipline and routine. Meanwhile, she's the type to cry over every little thing Mia does and call it growth. Anyway, the argument got bad. She said she was disappointed in me, that she didn't even want me in the same room as Mia right now. I told her that's ridiculous. I'm her father, not some stranger who hurt her. But my wife wasn't backing down. She said I needed to apologize to Mia and take responsibility for traumatizing her. That word really set me off because it's just so extreme. Traumatized? From what? Getting told to apologize? I didn't yell, I didn't hit her. I just told her to own her part in how she reacted. After that, my wife said she didn't even want to sleep in the same bed as me. She grabbed a pillow and went to the guest room. I figured she'd calm down after a night's rest, but instead, I woke up to her packing a bag for Mia. She said they were going to her sister's house for a few days. I told her that wasn't happening, that she was overreacting and dragging Mia into it. She said she wasn't asking, she was telling. It turned into a shouting match, and I'll admit I raised my voice not at Mia but at my wife. Mia came out of her room looking terrified. I tried to talk to her calmly and said I wasn't angry at her, but she just turned away and went to her mom. I tried to stop them at the door, but my wife told me to back off and said if I didn't, she'd call her dad. That really pissed me off because her family always inserts themselves into our issues like they're the moral police. Within an hour, I got a text from her sister calling me a disgusting excuse for a parent and saying I should be ashamed. Her mom messaged me too, saying she's disappointed and that I'm lucky they're not calling CPS. For what exactly? Because I didn't handle a meltdown the way they wanted? These people have no idea what it's like day-to-day living with Mia's outbursts and sensitivities. They just see one incident and paint me as a monster. I'm sitting in an empty house feeling like I've been ambushed. I tried calling my wife multiple times and she's not picking up. She texted back once, saying Mia doesn't want to talk to me and that I need to give her space. I told her that's not healthy, that avoiding me just reinforces her bad coping habits. She didn't reply. I even tried to stop by her sister's place yesterday to talk things out face to face, but no one answered the door. I know they were home, the car was in the driveway. I waited there for a bit before her brother-in-law came outside and told me it's not the time. I really don't think I deserve to be treated like some kind of abuser. I'm not perfect, but I've been the one pushing Mia to grow, to not hide behind her diagnosis every time something goes wrong. My wife wants to coddle her forever. That's not going to help her survive in the real world. You can't go crying every time someone teases you or something embarrassing happens. That's life. I know Reddit already thinks I'm the villain here, but it's not as black and white as people want to make it. Everyone's acting like I don't care about my daughter, when I've been the only one actually trying to prepare her for how the world works. If that makes me the bad guy, fine, but at least I'm not raising her to crumble every time life isn't comfortable. Update 2. So apparently my wife wasn't bluffing about talking to a lawyer. I found that out the hard way when I got a call telling me I needed to vacate the house for a while, in the interest of Mia's emotional safety. The way they said it made it sound like I was some kind of danger, which I'm not. I've never laid a hand on her. I just expect respect and accountability in my home. But apparently, that's unsafe now. I packed a few things and went to stay at my parents' house. My mom didn't even seem surprised when I showed up. She just gave me this disappointed look and said, "You shouldn't have handled it that way." That pissed me off more than anything, because she used to be strict too. Growing up, if we embarrassed her in public, we got grounded. Now suddenly everyone's pretending that kids should never be told when they've crossed a line. She softened up in her old age, I guess, because she kept going on about how Mia is sensitive and how I need to meet her where she is. I told her she's just like the rest of them, always siding with the women. Anyway, staying here has been miserable. My dad barely talks to me. My mom keeps asking if I've heard from Mia, like I'm not already thinking about that non-stop. The truth is, I did try to reach out. I went to her school during her lunch break to bring her her favorite snacks and try to talk face to face since my wife wasn't answering my texts. I thought maybe seeing me would help her calm down. Instead, I ended up being escorted out by one of the school administrators after they got a call from my wife telling them I wasn't supposed to be there. That was humiliating. I just wanted 5 minutes. They acted like I was some kind of threat. Then, to make things worse, my brother called me later that night. He said people in the family group chat had found my Reddit post and were concerned. Concerned my ass, they were laughing about it. He told me his wife screenshotted parts and sent them around. Apparently, I'm the psycho dad who humiliated his autistic kid. Everyone thinks it's hilarious. He had the nerve to tell me I should delete the post before I make things worse. But the damage is already done. They were all at the party. They saw what happened. If anyone should be embarrassed, it's his son, not me. And speaking of his son, his wife actually messaged me privately, saying she felt bad for Mia and that she saw the whole thing. She said her son has been bragging to his friends that he got away with it and that it was funny how I made Mia apologize. I honestly don't believe her. It sounds like she's just trying to stir things up in their marriage and make me the scapegoat. Kids exaggerate. Mia overreacts all the time. I don't think he meant to hurt her. He's a teenager, they play rough. My wife apparently took that message and ran with it though. She told my in-laws, who now won't stop harassing me. Her father sent this long text calling me disgusting and saying I should be ashamed to call myself a father. Her sister threatened to come over and make me understand what humiliation feels like. I ignored them, but the constant calls and texts are exhausting. My phone won't stop buzzing. Now, my wife has made it official that I'm not to have direct contact with Mia until her therapist says it's appropriate. Her therapist. A stranger gets to decide when I can talk to my own daughter. That's ridiculous. I get that Mia's upset, but therapy isn't going to change the fact that she needs to learn how to handle herself. Life doesn't stop being hard just because she's on the spectrum. She can't cry her way through every uncomfortable situation, and I've tried to explain this over and over, but my wife doesn't get it. Update 3. I'm only posting this because everyone in my family is making me out to be some crazy person, and I want to set the record straight. It was supposed to be my dad's birthday lunch. I only heard about it because my mom let it slip over the phone when I called to check in. Nobody invited me, which says enough. I got in my car and drove over. I wasn't going there to cause trouble. I just wanted to talk like adults and clear up the lies before they got worse. I even thought maybe I'd apologize if people were reasonable about it. But of course, the second I walked in, the atmosphere changed. My brother made some sarcastic comment about me finally showing my face, and my mom kept giving me that disappointed look she always gives when she's siding with someone else. I pulled out my phone and started recording because I didn't trust anyone not to twist my words again. I told them all I wanted was to get to the bottom of what happened that day at the pool. I said that I wasn't the only adult there, and if people had a problem with how I handled it, they should have spoken up then, not weeks later when Reddit trolls were sending screenshots around. I said I wanted the truth out there, especially since everyone seemed to think Mia's version of events was gospel. My brother started laughing like I was ridiculous, saying I was still obsessing over a kid getting pushed into a pool. That pissed me off. I said it wasn't just about that, it was about my daughter embarrassing the entire family and everyone pretending she's some fragile victim who can do no wrong. He told me I should stop talking about her like that she was traumatized. Then my mom told me to drop it. But I didn't drive all the way there just to sit quietly while everyone tore me down. I brought up the fact that his son was bragging afterward about what he did that I'd heard from people he thought it was funny. My brother denied it immediately, so I said, fine, let's ask him. The kid was right there, sitting at the end of the table with his phone. He looked nervous and wouldn't meet my eyes, which already told me something. I asked him straight up if he pushed Mia on purpose or if it really was an accident. He froze for a second and then mumbled that it was a joke. I asked if I told him to say anything afterward, because apparently that rumor had been going around too. That's when everything started spiraling. He said in front of everyone that after it happened I told him to just play it off like it was nothing, which is completely out of context. I only told him not to make it worse by overreacting, but my brother lost it. He jumped out of his chair shouting that I was trying to make his son look like a liar to cover for myself. Everyone started yelling over each other. My dad was trying to calm things down, but I'd had enough. I said if anyone had actually backed me up when this started, we wouldn't even be in this mess. I called out my mom for letting my wife and in-laws run with their version of events instead of defending me. That's when she told me I needed to leave before things got worse. I said I wasn't leaving until people heard me out. That's when my brother got in my face. He accused me of being a narcissistic control freak and told me I'd ruined my relationship with my daughter forever. I told him to shut up because he has no idea what it's like raising a kid like Mia, that it's not as simple as everyone thinks, and sometimes you have to be tough so she doesn't fall apart over every little thing. I said all I ever did was try to prepare her for real life, not baby her like the rest of them do. He shoved me first, and I pushed him back. It wasn't a full-on fight, but chairs got knocked over. My mom was yelling for us to stop, and my dad threatened to call the cops if I didn't leave. It turned into a complete circus, which, ironically, is exactly what I was accused of causing in the first place. Someone must have actually called because a few minutes later, a patrol car showed up outside. The officers told me to go before things escalated further, so I left. Later that night, my wife called. She said she'd seen the whole thing blow up because people were sending clips from the lunch in the family group chat. Apparently someone had recorded me. Mia saw some of it too because her cousins were passing their phones around. My wife said she's done, that she's filing for divorce. She said Mia doesn't want to see me again, that she's scared of me, which is ridiculous. I've never laid a hand on her or done anything that could be called abuse. The only thing I've ever been guilty of is not coddling her like everyone else. I'm staying in a cheap motel right now because my parents don't want me back at the house after the scene I caused. My wife blocked my number. My mother-in-law texted saying there's going to be some kind of legal action if I harass them or try to contact Mia directly. So now even trying to talk to my own daughter is considered harassment, apparently. I can't believe how far this has gone, just because I expected my kid to take some responsibility for how she behaves. Final update, I'm not living at home anymore. My wife went through with filing for divorce not long after that fight at my dad's birthday. I thought she was bluffing at first, but within a few weeks, I got served papers at my parents' place. She cited emotional neglect and verbal abuse. I don't agree with the wording, but apparently everything that's been happening, including what I posted here, was shown to the lawyer and used as evidence. I didn't realize people could just pull stuff off the internet and use it like that. Right now, I'm renting a small room from a coworker. It's not great, but it's somewhere to sleep until I figure out what I'm going to do next. I don't have any real contact with my daughter anymore besides what's arranged through her therapist. The court said it has to be supervised for now, which is ridiculous because I've never laid a hand on her. I tried to fight that decision, but my lawyer basically told me there's no point because of emotional harm. Whatever that means. The last time I saw Mia was during one of those supervised visits about a month ago. She wouldn't even look at me. She just sat there, staring at the floor. I tried to talk to her about school, about her friends, about anything, but she gave one-word answers the whole time. At one point, she asked if she could leave early. The supervisor let her. That was that. I haven't seen her since. I've sent her letters and small things for her birthday, but my wife told me to stop because it's making her anxious. I think that's just an excuse. I think she's turning Mia against me. My in-laws still hate me. Her dad told me over the phone that if I ever show up near their property again, he'll handle it himself. Her mom refuses to even speak to me. They've always thought I was too hard on Mia and too controlling with their daughter, so this just gave them ammunition. I tried explaining to them that I never meant any harm. I just wanted to raise my kid properly and teach her not to let emotions rule her life, but nobody wants to hear that anymore. Everyone's so sensitive these days that if you so much as tell your kid to toughen up, you're called abusive. The worst part is that my wife got the house in the divorce. I'm supposed to get some payout when it sells eventually, but for now she's living there with Mia full-time. The court said it's in the child's best interest to maintain stability. I fought that too, but again, no one listened. It's like I'm being erased from my own life because of one stupid moment at a family party that everyone keeps twisting around. People online still bring that post up too. I didn't even know until someone at work found out and told me people had screenshots of everything. Once something's out there, it sticks. My brother apparently sent those screenshots to my wife's lawyer, which just made everything worse. He still won't talk to me after the fight. His son, the one who pushed Mia, has been going around telling people he was just joking and that I ruined the family. Funny how everyone believes a teenager but not me. I know a lot of people said I should go to therapy, but I don't really see the point. I'm not broken or anything. I just made a few bad calls, and everyone's acting like I'm the devil. My wife said she'll consider letting me have visitation again if Mia wants it, but that's up to her. So far, the answer's been no. I think my wife likes it that way. She gets to look like the caring mom while painting me as the monster. It's funny because before all this, she used to say I was the only one who could get through to Mia. Now she acts like I was the problem all along.